beep, boop, beep, 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 beep.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's good. Alright, we're back in action. Another Valentine's Day tutorial. This time, we're making a pop-up card.
Wow, more paper crafts.
Cute, hey?
Looks amazing.
So, we got a tutorial coming at you. If you want to learn how to make this, please keep watching. Alright, hey guys, so we're back with another video, another tutorial. This is a hand holding a heart pop-up card. It's really easy. I've got the template on the blog blown up to the size of the same that I used for my card here in the video. So you can just cut it out and trace it and cut out the traced pieces and then follow the lines on the pattern with your scissors to cut the initial slice marks. Just make sure you don't cut further than the end of the red lines because they have to all be even in order for the heart to sit and fit together properly. So with these slice marks, you'll see that they're a little bit thinner because it's just done with the scissors than the kind of prepared pieces I've got that I'll show you here in 1 second. You need to sort of widen that sliced mark so that they can fit together better. If you don't, the heart won't stand up like as full and as nicely. So if you just take a ruler, measure out exactly the same length as you cut, and just literally the slice mark only needs to be about 1 millimeter thick. Just enough for them to have a little bit of wiggle room, the pieces to have a little bit of wiggle room. So this step is probably the most finicky and the most tedious of the project, but it's very important that you do this or else the heart will not fit together properly. So just take your time with the ruler and your X-Acto knife and cut all those little slice marks a little bit thicker, and yeah, once it's done, it's done. So, but this is the most tedious part of the project. And so what I do is if I find one side is a little bit more difficult, I just flip the piece over and cut. Whatever, it just depends on what hand you're strongest with. Alright, and now we're going to assemble it. So basically you work from the outside in with this heart, with a 3D heart. I'll have all the instructions listed out on the blog so that you can just follow it step by step. So which pieces go first, second, third. It's a little bit tricky, and the template that I found online for this didn't actually have any instructions, so I'll provide that for you so that there's no guessing work done. And then just be mindful that when you're putting the pieces together, it's a little bit finicky because it is paper, so you just have to go slow and be patient with it. And just make sure the grooves sit together nice and neatly. So you'll see here, I put this part of the heart in the wrong section, and the way that you'll know you've put it in the wrong area is the tip, the bottom of the heart, will actually extend past the largest heart in the middle there. You can kind of see it. I put my hands down. So you can see that there's a little piece there that's too long, so it's obviously in the wrong area. So you need to just adjust that, put it closer to the middle where the heart comes to a longer point. So that's just a good tip in case you're wondering or you get a little bit confused with the instructions, but it should be pretty straightforward. And you'll see here I struggle a little bit to get the pieces together. It's paper and it's a little bit flimsy, right? So it doesn't fit together as nice and neatly as, like, say, a puzzle piece would. But if you used a denser weight cardstock than I did, I think mine was like 60-pound cardstock. You can get heavier cardstock. That might actually be easier to put the pieces together, but it's going to make your card thicker, like it won't lay as flat. So just keep that in mind if that's what you're doing. Oh, and you can't use regular like printer paper for this. It's just far too flimsy. It won't pop up nicely in the card. And as you're going along, once you have the pieces in, sort of both pieces, because most of the pieces are symmetrical, once you've got them locked in, you can kind of flatten the heart and make sure that it moves the way you want it to move. And if it doesn't, either your pieces aren't fit together properly or the slice marks that you've made aren't wide enough. So whatever you discover is the issue, you're just gonna have to go in and fix that. It's super easy to pull apart, put back together. Again, it's paper, there's no gluing and there's no taping as far as this part goes. The struggle. The last piece was a bit fussy because, yeah, there we go. We got it in there. Almost. And yeah, you just want to go in and kind of straighten out your pieces if anything looks a little bit crooked, and just make sure that none of them are collapsing on each other. You don't want the heart to fold and fold new lines or new folds on your heart. See how it just collapses nice and easily there? That's what you want your heart to do. You don't want it to you don't want to have to force it down or anything like that. It should collapse very easily. And here we've got the outer layer of the hands. Just score straight down the middle with the back of your blade or whatever scoring device you're using. Fold in half. And then do the same with the inner layer. I've actually cut little slits there so you can see it kind of creates more of that finger effect. You can opt to do that, or you don't have to, because I think you can kind of get this overall shape that it's a pair of hands. But those marks are on the pattern, so you're covered. And then this step, you can either use double-sided tape or glue. I would recommend glue, honestly, paper glue, and just make sure that it's nice and dry before you adhere the pop-up part, or else you might pull the layers, the hand layers apart. But for time's sake, I just used double-sided tape, which worked just as good. But I think if you wanted just a little bit of a cleaner finish, paper glue would probably be better. And alright, we've got the fun part now coming up, where I put the heart in the hands. So it was a little bit tricky when I was first trying to figure out how to get it to pop up properly, and I kind of discovered a really good technique. So what you want to do is flatten the heart out and place it exactly where it should lay flat in the hand. So when the card is closed, the heart should lay a very specific way. You shouldn't see it on the edge of the hands popping out of the card. It should be perfectly fitted inside of the hands. So lay it flat in the direction that it should lay when you close the card. And the outer tab should line up with the crease of the heart, or the hand, sorry. And then if you just put glue on the opposite side, when you close the card, it'll just adhere automatically. And then you're going to do the same on the opposite side. So you're going to flip the heart over onto the opposite hand side, place glue on the tabs that are on the back of the heart, and those tabs should be facing the fold of the hands. And then just close the card, stick it good, and then once you open it, it'll pop up exactly the way you need it to, and it'll lay back flat exactly the way you need it to.
That was pretty good.
That was a good tutorial, and it's sort of a fast craft, but not super fast.
It's fast to trace, it's fast to cut.
Fast to trace and cut. The only tedious bits is when you have to recut the slices so that they're a little bit thicker or a little bit wider, because the heart won't move properly.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
Those wooden dinosaurs or animals that you have to poke out and put together. They're like bones.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, except you're making this on your own.
Yeah, it's called something. What's it called? Kirigami? Kirigami? It's a Japanese paper. It's Japanese paper folding with cuts.
We'll have to show them on the blog.
I think that's what it translates to. But yeah, so speaking of the blog, check the blog for the PDF. I will have a downloadable PDF for this that you just have to print out and trace, or cut and trace and all that.
Everything will be labeled as well.
And I'll tell you which steps to do. So step 1, step 2 for how to put the heart together, because it's a little bit of a struggle when you're
finicky.
Just a little, because it's paper, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a cute card. I mean,
who are you giving yours to?
I don't know, maybe. You want it?
Yes.
I guess so. I could do that.
Nice.
Next time I should make a pop-up Jasper.
Oh, now we're talking.
That would be great. He can come, instead of hands, he can unfold out of a turd.
Really?
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
You really like laughing at your own jokes.
My jokes are the funniest jokes around.
Hopefully you like this tutorial.
And if you have any questions or anything, hit me up. Slide into the Instagram DM, send us a message, comment on the YouTube comment boxes and stuff. We'll get back to you like that. Like you'll be like it's like we're best friends.
Until then,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And enjoy the rest of what we've got planned for the month.
See ya.
Look, I got a nose for you.
Ah.